Hello, I'm Jan Holle from POSIOS. Today I'm going to give you a small presentation about how to use Restaurant Butler. First, click on the application to load it. The first thing you get is the users that are already in the system of the demo account. You can select another user, more users can be added, and as you can see, you can immediately play with this account. Now we're going to set up a new account. For this, we need to click the Manage My Restaurant button. Here we see the username and a password that we can fill in, or we can click register now to add a new user. Let's do this now. So the company is POSIOS, first name, time zone can be added. So let's take Brussels, and as a country Belgium. Now we're creating an account, and this has been successful, and now we will redirect to the manager. So we just enter our password. We can select auto login if we want, and here we have the manager. On the top bar we have a number of choices what we can do. Here we have our overview where we can add widgets to have some nice reports, or we can go to reports to see the ones we already have. But since this is a new account, let's first add some products and some users. So we can see we already have some products that were added automatically. Now we can add a new product category. Let's just call it test product category. We can give it a tax rate and have a different tax rate for delivery. For instance, let's say it's 12% if we do takeaway and delivery. And we will have it printed to the kitchen. Okay, and we can also attach an image. As you can see, there is already a number of images for us to be able to use, so maybe let's just add some the fries as category. Okay, and here you go, and then we can add to that category, we can add a product. So we give it an ID, for instance F1, and the name will be French fries, and the kitchen name could be something different, but let's keep it the same here. And price, well, let's say it costs €5, and we can again have a different delivery VAT and takeaway VAT here if we want. But if we leave it at the default values, it will take the values of the category. So we can also attach an image, but let's for now not do this. Okay, and here you go. Here you have the new products. Now we can also add some additions to it, because we might want to add some salt. So, but not everyone wants salt, of course. So we have salt. Display name is also salt. We will have it auto pop up, means it will automatically be asked each time we click on the product, but we don't want this here, so we will just add two possible values. We could have true for if we want it and no additional price, or we could have false. Okay, and the default value is true at the moment. Okay, so now we go back to our product, we can also add that addition. Voila. Additions can also be added at the category level, and then they will apply for all the products in that category. Let's also create maybe one more user. Actually, the only thing we really need is a username. So let's call it waiter1. And if we want, we can also have a password to protect it, but normally you only will do that for managers, so it depends. You don't really need anything else. You can attach an image also if you want. You see there's already a number of icons available, or we can upload a new one. But for the moment, this is only possible on a browser, on a laptop or on a desktop, not using the iPad. So let's just take this one here. Okay, so now we also have our users. The floor planner will be available pretty soon. For now, you can use the in-app editor, which I will show you later. And we also need to add some printers. We can do this manually, or we can auto-detect. If we auto-detect, voila, we see our printer standing here, so we save it. And then we can also customize our printer templates. We already have a few default ones. The bar template is the one that will be used when we print something to the bar, like a cola or a beer. And the kitchen receipt template is the template we will use when printing to the kitchen. We can have a number of different templates if we have multiple cooks and we have multiple printers in the kitchen. And then we have a final template for our receipt that we will give to the customer. Each of these you can customize, you can change the title, you can remove it, you can customize the font types and so on. I think it's a nice thing to play with this to get the result that you want. Okay, I think this is the most important thing right now. Maybe in the settings we can change a lot of things like our company name and address and things like that. These things will also be used when printing a receipt. And here we also have our account information and so on. Okay, so when we go back now to our application, we can see we now have 3 users because we have added our waiter number 1. Now we can use him to log in. And then we see here we have our tables, but since we are not an admin user, we cannot edit anything here because we don't have the rights to it. So let me go back to the test user, which is the manager, and enter my passwords. And then as we can see, we can now edit everything. When we edit, we can easily add a new floor. So let's see, add it. We have floor number 2. We can change a lot of things. We can add new tables. We can also move their size. For instance, add extra chairs and things like that. Remove the table again. Yes. We can switch our floors. Yep. And we can remove the floor again if we don't want to use it anymore. So that's very quickly how the editing works. And then again we can just use the app like we are used to. Table, and we can go to our newly added product category. We select the French fries. You can see it here, and we can add our addition. We can say we don't want any salt. Voila. Then we print it to the kitchen as normal. We print the receipt and we pay by card, and that's it. And now when we go back to the manager, we will see our receipt right here. Voila, we can see the details, even the French fries. And then here we can continue to see all the revenue we have, information about all our receipts. We can print our day reports, or week reports, month reports, and so on. And this way we can just refine in which dates we are interested. Okay, so I think that's a very quick look at the new features of the manager. See you again for more soon.